It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Texans and the Browns, coming up next.
We are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. This was the scene a few minutes ago, the dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Play fake, Mayfield. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The numbers for him from a week ago. Now you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. So, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. The Texans offense going to go to work, and it is Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. They juked him and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year, and the Browns have taken the early lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson under pressure. They got him again. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. He's going to let this one go deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Watson. That's out to the flat for Gordon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the 31, Watson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. John Johnson with the INT. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jonathan Grenard. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
To try again after the sack, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry. His second touchdown on the season, and the Browns add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. Here's Watson. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. To throw is Watson. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Watson. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Again, it's Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Nico Collins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he returns this to the 22.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, It's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time win right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 41, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Mayfield now from the 50. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing on second and long. Mayfield fighting through pressure. And this one is incomplete. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Texans will take over with a first and 10. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Watson's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. A touchdown run for James Conner. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Leonard Fournette with 2 touchdown runs. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Browns, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Well, the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight-line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On first down, Watson. He's got Gronkowski yet again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Watson on first down. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Watson looks to throw again. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson setting up the screen. This is Samuels. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on?
Personal foul. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Mayfield now. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 63 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Chubb. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now Mayfield. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Mayfield. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Returnable for Dorsett. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go. Let's do this.
And now out comes Houston. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Watson. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. It's brought in by Wilson. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. Back to throw, Watson. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. From the 35 on 2nd down, Watson.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Peoples-Jones returning. And able to get this out to the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have the Browns first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
First down, Mayfield. It's caught by Hooper. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and they end up making the play.
Prater's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Gordon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. On second and goal, Watson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he's going to keep this again. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Now Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Alexander Johnson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, You better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he stopped immediately there. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. Now Watson. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
Let's go, baby.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Houston set to take over. They set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. You got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up your punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. The first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Mayfield down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jordan Jenkins gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. The Browns send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's got Jordan complete right side. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Here we go.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now to Samuels. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
We got this.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Texans, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Cleveland,